Hello. Hope you're all doing well. And if not, I at least hope that your night improves. Also, really, affirmation bot, you're really just gonna give like 2 people the same one in a row? I've seen it do it like one other time. I think it might unfortunately kind of happen when like people use it too close. Because I don't know how the random numbers are generated. Unfortunately, when you're generating random numbers really close, in like really close succession without really knowing how the randomness actually works, with like certain like methods that generate random numbers, it can kind of not change if you do it too soon afterwards. So yeah. I think I've seen it once before in like similar circumstances where it did that. So unfortunately. You can always use it again if you need to, it's all good. Also, Nightbot, what the fuck? Just like shooting off a bunch of messages all of a sudden there, Nightbot. The fuck? Oh my god, Nightbot. Anyway. Hello. Also, I don't think I've seen anyone get that affirmation, by the way. Free. I don't think I've seen anyone get it yet. So, you might be the first one to actually get that one. Oh. Also, sorry, you're probably going to hear thunder. It's been storming pretty, like, hard for a few hours now, and the thunder is very, very loud. So you might hear it occasionally. Oh, heck yeah! Congratulations! I hope this one, you know, runs a lot better and a lot smoother than the last one, because I know that one gave you a lot of fucking issues towards the end. So... especially with, like, the fucking oil issues that you, like, talked about once. Just fucking oof is all I have to say to that. But, congrats! I know, you know, like, compared to everything that you have going on right now, you know, there's still a lot more that would be going in your favor, but a win is still a win. I don't know, you guys really need some fucking wins right now, so. Okay, good. Yeah, I would fucking hope so. Yes. I would really fucking hope so. Okay, so. Yeah. I have no fucking idea. I've been struggling with this a lot lately. I always know what tarot deck I want to use, because this one is my tried and true. And right now, it's like... not that any of the, again, not that any other decks are, like, bad or anything, or that, like, I don't get good messages out of them or anything, but this is the one that always carries me through the darkest parts. This is my trusty, tried and true tarot deck. And it's why it's been used the most, why it shows its age, even though it's only, like, 3 years old. I've used it excessively. And also, I just kind of have naturally oily, sweaty hands, so I wash my hands every time I, like, before I use a tarot deck, so that it limits the wear and tear on them. So, but early on when I was using them, I wasn't always doing that, because I didn't think that it would wear them down that much. But unfortunately it does. At least with this one, like, you've seen the ink on the back kind of like rubbing away. That's just a combination of the cards and just my normal skin in its natural state. It like rubs away at the like ink. The oils just kind of, yeah, don't mix too well with the edges of the cards and the ink. So, but yeah, again, it's whatever. I don't care about it. But yeah, anyway, I got a little rambly there. I do that a little bit too much fucking lately, but anyway. Oracle deck. Any suggestions? Because I've been struggling with that a lot lately, is not knowing what fucking Oracle deck to use. Because it's just like... Okay, I kind of want to use this one, and I kind of feel it calling to me a little bit, but then there's like... some of the others here that are doing the same thing, and it's just like, I can't use all of you, so which one do you fucking want? Which one of y'all wants to be used? It is 17th, if I remember correctly. I'm also just like this a lot, unfortunately. There's always a lot of brain fog. Unfortunately. It is. Yes, it is. Very much so. If I hadn't already done shadow work readings towards the beginning of the month, I would probably do them now. Yes. But the brain fog just comes from neurodivergency and... just... yeah. And also, depression will do that to you as well. And I've been dealing with that pretty heavily lately again, so... Whee! Is it the manifestation one, Egg? Because yes, that one's been calling to me pretty heavily lately. But yeah. Yeah, okay, yep. Manifestation. Yeah, I know. That one's been calling to me really, really heavily too. But the problem is, there are also others that have been calling to me really, like, heavily, and it's just like, I know the Empyrean's just waiting, but it's like, bitch, not right now. No. I almost decided to use that on stream tonight, which reminds me, I forgot to do the go live notification. And I also forgot to change the deck command to list the decks. I should probably go do those things really quick. I mean, I couldn't do the deck command until I actually decided on decks, though, but you know. I do need to go do the going live notification on Blue Sky, because I'm trying to keep up with that. Trying to. Heck yeah. Alrighty. Let me post this really quick. Hold on. Do we want to use the Moonology manifestation oracle? I think we will. I think that sounds like a good choice. The funny thing is, do you want to know one of the other Oracle decks that's been calling to me, like, particularly strongly lately? Besides this one and the Empyrean. It's one I actually don't really use on stream, so... It's this one. This one's not listed. I don't use this one on stream, and this one's not listed on the deck list for like choose your own deck nights, because this is Seth's deck. He likes old horror movies and modern ones. Also just movies in general. But this is the Oracle deck that's dedicated to him, and this is his tarot deck. So, yeah. The tarot deck probably won't ever be used on stream. That's a personal preference because he said I can use both of them if I want to. I don't just have to exclusively be for him. And this one I might at some point because I'll actually show you the deck really quick. Because I love this. Like, the deck book is like really simple. Just short descriptions. It even includes upright and reversed meanings. This is the back of the cards, and why is this on the top, sir? Anyway. Okay. I also really like the deck box. I love the deck box. Okay, anyway. I think we'll go with this one. So, when you post that, going live notification, and also to update the deck list command really quick before I fucking forget to. There we go. All good. Good lord. What a thunder. Yes. That was the card that was just on the top of the deck. So hello. Also, that's not surprising. He happens to speak in song lyrics a lot. He'll fucking like bring up random ass like fucking songs in my head all the time, and it's just like, can we not? Can we not, please? That fits. That tracks for him. You know. That tracks for him. Also, the queue will be open shortly. I like to open up with a collective first. before we get into cute readings, so. And let me take a drink really quick here. I got some water and I got a soda. Because, why not? Also, you're fine, Kels. And also, no worries, I'm not sure, is it Stuffy Pop or Soupy Pop? But you're good, no worries. Stuffy Pop? Okay. Alright. What do you got for us tonight? Hold on. It's a desk mat, yes. I can show you the full desk mat if you want me to, really quick. And I also just want to show you, I'm gonna move the camera anyway. Because I want to show you what just happened. These here. Sorry, it's gonna be a little disorienting here for a second. Look at where that card landed. It's resting against a cable and was standing straight up. Excuse you. Okay, so that's our first card. I'm gonna set that there for a second. This is the full desk mat. I bought it on drop.com. It's about $25 to $30. I forget the exact price. I love it because it's all about like balancing heart and emotion, or rather heart and mind, emotions and logic. I love it. And they have it in 4 different colors. Oh, that is, sorry. Oh, oh. Thank you, Hank. Okay, so this was our first card here. Okay. I haven't heard that song in so long. You know, actually, I'll take that. It flipped over. We're gonna take that one. Okay. 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 This is the one that stood straight up. And it's funny, because this card, for me, is always about being true to yourself and being in alignment. A card about alignment is like, I'm gonna stand straight up. Okay, so things right now might not be going in your favor right now, okay? But remember that things are always changing, okay? And it just might not be the right time and the right circumstances underneath the right circumstances here right now, okay? I'm actually going to switch the order of these. So, right now you might be in a state where things are just kind of put on pause, okay? But this time to move forward again will come, where there will be momentum again and you won't be just frozen and stuck in place, okay? Right now, what you need to do while you wait for this moment is check in with yourself. Check in with yourself and make sure that this is in alignment with where you actually want to be going, and make any adjustments that are necessary to get you back on track with what you want out of it, okay? Oh, also, sorry, I forgot to say, this is the King of Swords, the Wheel of Fortune reversed, and the Hanged Man reversed. And also, let me make sure that that's completely in focus, considering I, like, shook my camera around a bit there. Oh yeah, I know that feeling. Bree. It's a large part of the reason why I haven't really been doing a whole lot, why I haven't been here streaming a whole lot, specifically why I haven't been doing a whole lot of tarot content, is because, I know right now, it's not something that I should be focusing on, like, super, super heavily again, quite yet, because I still need to be taking care of myself. Because, I mean, I just moved, only just, 2 months ago. And that, kind of mentally destroyed me for a bit. I'm a lot more settled in here now, but also there's still a lot of things mentally and emotionally that I need to be dealing with first. And before I can have this clarity to charge forward again, to move forward with anything again, I just kind of need to be focusing on myself and taking care of myself. Precisely. That's why I always say, too, stopping to take a break and take time for yourself doesn't mean that progress is all going to be undone. You're just waiting for the right moment, lying in wait for that perfect opportunity to present itself. It's just all part of the process. And it's also something you have to keep yourself open to. It's another message that we've been getting a lot, huh? If you're closing that door, it's not gonna get in, is it? New moon in Aquarius, open up to change. Telling yourself how something is going to go is only going to close you off. Because you're essentially already making up your mind. I wasn't doing any personal readings for myself for such a fucking long time, Kels. Such a fucking long time. I am more so now, though. Because I feel more in a place to do so, and again, the decks have been calling to me really, really fucking heavily again. Really fucking heavily again. Ultimately, that's just kind of what made me actually get up and get in my computer and set up the stream tonight. And also because, like, the vibes are perfect and cozy. It's like storming outside, and I fucking love thunderstorms. So it's just perfect and cozy. It's great. It's peaceful. Okay. New one in Aquarius. Open up to change. Big changes are forecast, but you need to let events unfold with as little steering as possible from you. Sometimes you just need to take a bit of space from a person or a situation. If you know you've been too emotional about someone or something, this card offers you the chance to cool things down. A rational, even slightly aloof assessment of your current circumstances is called for. Allow for things to develop. Try to think of your situation from a different angle. Yeah. Oh, did you? I just realized I don't think I've actually checked the group chat today. My bad. I try to check in every once in a while, but sometimes I forget to. It's fucking adorable. I love the shiny Umbreon. This right here stands out to me a lot because I'm pretty sure, if it hasn't happened already, I'm pretty sure Uranus is actually shifting signs right now. Manifesting tips for detachment. In that section right here, there's a part that says call in the energy from the planet Uranus, which guides the sign of Aquarius and is all about independence and revolution. That planet is literally about to change signs, I'm pretty sure, if it hasn't already. Yeah, it just, on the 7th, it actually just entered Gemini, so. And it'll be there until November 7th, where it'll go back into Taurus for a little bit, and then go back into Gemini in 2026. Yeah. Yeah. That's pretty much, my whole deal right now, too, Kellis. I understand that feeling. Like, I want to be more active and talk and stuff, but, like, my mind has been in other places, and I haven't been, in the best of states lately. So, yeah. And then there are two other sections here. Manifesting focus. This card is an especially good sign for matters related to friends, networks, a wish coming true, science, tech, or online dating. And manifesting mindset. Be yourself. Independence doesn't have to mean loneliness. A group of people, rather than one person, may be the ones to help you. And the manifestation affirmation for this is there is only one me. It's safe to be me, and I love me. So. Heck yeah. But yeah, I hope that message helps for whoever needed to hear it. Nice. I hope that goes well, and that you have a fun time doing it. Should we do another collective, or should we just get into the queue? Yeah, that's kind of what I'm feeling too. Oof. Alrighty. Let's go ahead and do that then, shall we? I love thunderstorms. It's raining pretty heavily outside right now. And there's just thunder every once in a while, and it's just so peaceful. Alright, let me take a drink of soda here real quick. I'm sorry. Also, this flavor of 7-Up is really good. It's a tropical flavor. The actual flavors are peach and mango. It's actually quite good. It's soda that I've actually been enjoying every once in a while lately. Thank you, Brie. Yeah. During thunderstorms, I usually just like chilling in the dark and just listening to it. If I could do that, I totally would, but I don't think there would be enough light here for me to do that. I mean, I could see. Hold on a sec. Let me go grab something really quick. I'm not gonna change this to the be right back screen because I'll literally be back in like a second. Dude, I would love glow in the dark cards or even blacklight cards. So, not quite, but there we go. Hello? Bitch, I know you're not. Hello? Hello? Why you no work? Oh, maybe that is working. No, it is. Oh, that's working. Now you change. There we go. So I could do that. Yeah, the light from an LED strip underneath the shelf of my desk right here. There's a, you can't see it, but there is a shelf. And then my keyboard provides a little light as well. Oh, that's really washed out from that light. Should we do readings like this? Because I think they're visible enough. Alrighty, let's do it. Also, I apologize if the LED lights start freaking out, because they do occasionally. There's interference of some sort, because these run on, don't know if you could read the remote. It's a 2.4 gigahertz radio frequency signal. So, that catches quite a lot of interference, unfortunately. So, they may freak out. Just a warning. If it changes, it's not me. So, actually, I'll put that right there. If it changes, it's not me. Alrighty. Also, hello, Adam. I hope you enjoy watching and listening while you're fucking around and back. Alright, what do we got? Okay, fine. Really? You saw me shuffle that. You saw me shuffle that. That was the card that I pulled off the top. Why? I'm sorry. Why did that card landed in my cleavage? And then fell out. Of course it did. What's the devil reversed, in case you can't read that? Thank you. Alrighty. So, these two cards together, huh? Fucking Christ. No. Bad. So it's to you, by the way, Adam. Yeah, as someone who is pan, yeah, I get it. Titties be nice. I as someone, I probably shouldn't say that. I'll hold my tongue. But anyway. I'll hold my tongue. I'll, you know, no. That thought is gonna stay put. Anyway. So we have the Eight of Swords. We have the Eight of Swords reversed and the Devil reversed. So there's a very, very strong emphasis here with these two cards being placed on releasing the self-limiting beliefs that you're placing on yourself, okay? Release them. Free yourself from them, okay? If you want to get things moving again, okay? If you want to get things moving again and get back on the right track with stuff and get that momentum and movement going again, okay? You gotta take a break, take a minute for yourself to sit and work through these self-limiting beliefs and all the just like nastiness that you're directing towards yourself, okay? Releasing these just releasing all the self-limiting beliefs that you're placing on yourself, all that harsh like criticism of yourself, that negativity that you're directing into yourself, that like negative inner voice that's just telling you a bunch of nasty shit, and releasing these old stories from the past, whether they be your own or something that leans a little bit more into, you know, ancestral / generational trauma, okay? Release the old stories of the past. And rewrite them into the future that you want. That's how you get this in the upright position and reverse this energy here, okay? And get things moving. Right now, this is presenting a bit of an obstacle, okay? Oh. What did I say about taking a break? Last quarter moon in Cancer, take a breather. Great. I love it when the cards are just like what she said. Yeah. Yeah, I know that feeling, Kels. It is definitely not something I can afford, but yeah. You hardly know her, but it's a breather. It's in your name. How do you hardly know her, Brie? That's a mood. Okay, I'm gonna have to put the guidebook down here so I can actually see to read, but this is fine. Last quarter moon in Cancer, take a breather. Sometimes situations start with much promise and then get fatigued or fizzle out. This is normal. If a situation is dragging on and everyone is becoming far too sensitive, it might be time to take a breather. Is this still what you want? Going in line with our first collective there, huh? If a situation is slipping away from you, it could be due to self-doubt, or because too many people are trying to get their own way. If you're struggling to find a balance with a VIP in your life or a personal or professional connection, it may be time to show your feelings. Manifesting mix. There could be a clash here caused by everyone wanting to be the leader. Give the situation some air. Manifesting mindset. You need to stop and revive. Emotional fatigue is as dangerous as physical fatigue. Yeah. If it becomes long term, see the beauty in life to refresh your heart. And the manifestation affirmation is, love is all there is, and I am love. So, I hope that message helps for whoever needed to hear it. That was definitely a call out for me. And this is precisely exactly what I was talking about earlier about why I actually did, like, have to step away from things and why I'm not doing this as much as I would like to. Because they keep yelling at me about it. They also just want me to take time for myself to just process everything that's happened, because... oof. Those of you who know everything that, has been going on in the past couple of years, there's a lot going on. Mm-hmm. Oof. Okay, anyway, time to open the queue. Okay, queue is now open. Okay. Let me take a drink here really quick. It's so cozy outside. It's even cozier now that it's just like dark. Or at least darker in here. Okay. Are you ready, Egg? Okay. Let's see what we got for you today. Okay. 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 Let me just double check in the direction here. Don't go sideways. Okay. Gonna keep that upright. Ah. Got those in reverse order. Typically this one's supposed to come before. Anyway. And you. Ah. Okay. Okay. So, there is definitely a bit of a lack of clarity here coming from the moon card. A bit of uncertainty about how things are just going to work out here, okay? Because you got some options to ponder here, and just a lot going on, okay? So essentially, just keep holding on to hope here, okay, is like the key message of the star. Keep holding on to hope about those dreams and those goals that you have for the future here. I know you may not be entirely certain how to get these to work out right now, okay? But, just keep essentially thinking about the options here and figuring out which might be for the best here, which could help you the most here, okay? So don't lose hope quite yet. All right. I know this may be a bit overwhelming right now, dealing with all of this, and you know, these dreams that you have might just kind of seem like a pipe dream, but what are you? Just noticed. I think that was a crumb from the bread that I ate earlier. Oopsie. I guess I didn't clean off my desk well enough. But yeah, just keep holding on to hope, okay? There may be a lot in front of you to deal with right now, a lot of options that you just gotta, like, go through and try to decide on which one's best for you, okay? But don't let this just kind of get the better of you and get you down. Yeah, that also. Yeah. But the message is, like, don't give up yet, okay? Even if there aren't any right quite yet. Trust that they will be eventually, okay? There will be eventually options presented to you. Okay. That's what this Seven of Cups card upright is all about. It's about being presented with many different options there. Okay? So just because you don't see them yet, don't give up hope, okay? Eventually, this clarity, this unknown, will turn into just that click, okay? Okay. We have full moon in Taurus, detoxify, which is going to go in line with, like, that theme of releasing earlier. Okay. You need a detox to restore equilibrium to your situation. Perhaps you've been obsessing and have fallen into a negative headspace. Whatever the case, you need to release any dramas, possessiveness, and stubbornness to free up everything. Digging your heels in won't help, and neither will allowing yourself to be mean. It could be a spiritual, emotional, or physical detox that's called for. So, I get the sense that this is just kind of like a... Again, more so like those emotions and like the negative inner thoughts and things that are just kind of building up, that are just kind of contributing to that feeling of hopelessness. because you feel like there isn't anything there, that there isn't any way to move forward, okay? Don't let those get the better of you. Manifesting balance. Find a balance between what your heart wants and what is the practical next step to take. Manifesting mindset. Your challenge now is to balance yourself emotionally. This might not be easy, but it'll boost your manifesting ability far more than if you're over-emotional and therefore out of alignment. That goes so perfectly with like what the both collectives earlier. Oh. A manifesting ritual for cleansing. Add ylang ylang essential oil to your diffuser. Sit comfortably and close your eyes. Call in Hathor, the goddess of love and joy, among other things. Feel Hathor empowering you to clear away negativity and to fill yourself up with self-love and love for others. Your manifestation affirmation is, I express love and love comes back to me. Okay. So, I hope that helps. Like, I know, you know that I was in a similar space, like, literally just a few months ago. And then suddenly the opportunity presented itself. Suddenly. Very obviously, too, in a way that I couldn't miss. So just keep holding on to hope and trust that there is still something there. Just waiting. Okay? So don't let those negative emotions here get the better of you. Like, again, like I was in the same situation where I just kind of felt fucking extremely hopeless. And with everything that was going on, I just kind of fell into a fucking black hole. Ooh. And then out of that, like, black hole, though, came a plan to get the money that we needed so that Adam could actually get me out of the hellhole that I used to live in. And when it came time, like, a couple weeks later, when the funding was there for the deposit, the apartment that I was planning on applying to, gone. All of them, and there were like 6 of them open in that specific building. And I temporarily just fell into an even deeper fucking hole. And that morning, thank you, Thunder. I don't know if you can hear that. That was a bright ass flash of lightning too. And then that morning, I like, cause I couldn't sleep that night because I was just like, well, fucking now what? There is nothing. And one of the things I told myself that like day earlier that day was just, okay, we're getting closer to the end of the month. Maybe listings are temporarily removed, so that they can just refresh the listings, you know, tomorrow on the 1st. That's what I kept telling myself to keep myself afloat. But it didn't quite help. I was still struggling a lot, and I wasn't able to sleep that night. And then finally, around like fucking 6 a.m. or so, I actually go and look at listings again. The building that I wanted to get into, all the apartments are still gone. However, just out of desperation, I looked at one of the other buildings they had in, a town that was not too far away. Single apartment. Number of the building. A single apartment that was slightly bigger. Like, it was a 3-bedroom instead of a 2-bedroom. And it was quite a bit bigger, actually, than, the one that I wanted to go for. There was a lot more space. Didn't cost that much more. So, and then I looked at the number of the building, and it happened to be a number that's actually very significant to me. And I was like, oh, gotcha. Applied for it hoping for the best, and literally 2 days later, I get a call, and they're like, yeah, it's yours. Thank you, Thunder. Even when all seems lost and it seems completely fucking hopeless, trust that it's not the end. And that something better will come along for you. Because, like, I was just ready to completely give up in one of the deepest depressive pits that I've ever been in. The only one that topped it was one that I had in my teens, when depression and probably neurodivergency hit me real fucking hard. And I was not in a good place then, or, just a few months ago, in the period that I was just talking about. So, still in the process of recovering from that pit. So, that's why I've had to just kind of take a step back and focus on processing things and getting myself back into a decent state by taking care of myself. Okay. See, it was very breathe. Okay. Okay. You're just gonna give us 2 cards that way, huh? There's the 3rd. Okay. Alrighty, what do we got? Huh. Yeah, the Magician reversed, the Empress reversed, and the Two of Swords. This one's been coming up for y'all a lot recently, I've noticed. So, there's very much just kind of a lack of belief in yourself that things will work out the way that you want them to. Just kind of believing that you don't have what it takes to, you know, get the things that you want, to create the things that you want, to create the life that you want here, okay? And this is something that you're probably being very, very hard on yourself about, and just kind of, you know, tearing yourself down for, okay? You're not being very kind to yourself. And there is another element here with this, like, Empress card. That's also just kind of coming through. The Empress can often be about, like, fertility. Usually it's in, like, the literal sense, you know, as in, you know, physiological. But you also gotta remember that the energy of this card is Venus energy, okay? It's all about that earth element. Quite, and my camera just froze. Give me 1 second. There we go. Again, this card carries Venus energy, all about that earth element and all about, like, nurturing and, like, fertility and stuff. It doesn't always have to be fertility in, like, literally the like, physical sense, as in, like, physiological sense, okay? This can also talk about, like, just creation, okay? And this can also be about, like, just quite literally just, like, the, you know, like, about, like, creation, not just in a birthing sense, but also all about, like, that fertile ground on the process of creativity, okay? And essentially, it's that sort of vibe about, like, the creation and, like, feeling like there isn't fertile ground here, that there isn't room to grow, that there isn't anything to grow, perhaps, even, with this energy here, okay? But definitely just need to, again, work through, like, some of those just kind of going back to those, like, initial collectives and stuff, work through some of those limiting beliefs and stuff, and work through some of those, like, nasty things that you're just telling yourself, okay? Because with the Magician card here and the Empress card being here, okay, you do have the power to create the things that you want, okay? But right now, you're kind of You're kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place with this energy, okay? There's a sense of stuckness here. And there's some reflection to be done and some decisions to be made, okay? So just make sure you're, for the purpose of realigning with yourself, okay? To make sure that you're still in alignment with yourself, to make sure that you're going in the direction that you want to, okay? And make sure you're taking time for yourself, okay? Well, times are difficult, okay? Make sure you're taking time for yourself. First quarter moon in Pisces, honor your feelings. There we go. First quarter moon in Pisces, honor your feelings. Are you putting on a good front, acting like you're bright and breezy but hiding your real feelings? Rather than acting as though everything is fine, if you're worried about certain issues, it's best to deal with them. Avoid getting so wrapped up in your feelings that you overwhelm yourself and everyone else involved in the situation. If you deny your feelings, you'll go nowhere fast with your manifesting. Look at the big picture and use your intuition. Avoid blowing an upset out of proportion. So, essentially, all this means is, essentially what this means is just make sure that you're also just kind of giving space for your feelings to exist, but also not getting, like, too caught up in them. Which, easier said than done, especially, for those with neurodivergency, and also anxiety, depression. And also make sure that you're not hiding those feelings as well, particularly. Make sure that you're being honest about them. So. And manifesting mix. As admirable as it is to live a cheerful and happy-go-lucky life, this card suggests you need to make sure you're not ignoring your emotions. Yeah. We're also doing that. And manifesting mindset. You're being asked to feel all your feelings. Making light of your emotions now isn't recommended. Remember, we create with our emotions. Yeah. So. Essentially, give those space to exist. Oh yeah. Yeah. Particularly for me with Two of Swords, another common thing that usually is present there is fear of the unknown. So. And the void that often comes along with that. I kind of consider like the moon card that we got earlier for me is often about like an emotional void. There's no sense of direction. We have no idea which way we're going or which direction we're supposed to be going, and we're just completely lost. No, I just haven't moved in a while. And that often comes with, you know, just kind of a pit of emotional despair. And an intense fear of the unknown. To where we're just kind of afraid to even just kind of both step into and step out of ourselves, if that makes sense. There's also a lot of uncertainty that comes with that card too, going in line with the loss of a sense of direction. So. Yeah, no problem, Meg. I hope you get some good rest. Good night. And that just kind of fear of the unknown, and sometimes even a bit of like a loss of a sense of direction and a feeling of stuckness is what's frequently just kind of present in that like Two of Swords energy. So okay. Let me just take a drink of water here. But yeah, other than temporary power flicker where internet went out for like probably like what, 10 minutes or so? Probably less than that, honestly. I didn't quite keep track of time, but other than that happening, like been like pretty chill. With thunderstorm and honestly with the lights off, I actually might do this a bit more often. This is actually chill with like the lights off, but the LEDs underneath my desk shelf on. But yes, I would love to actually get like a black light and really vibrantly colored cards. They do make black light decks that use like UV inks and like do those. And you know, I've seen, you know, a few people do that before. And I think it's a fun idea that I would love to implement at some point as well. I mean, hell, I've done that a few times with myself. Like, chilling here like this and actually just kind of like doing readings. Why are you on the top of the deck? And like, if you change the Like, there's a... Even just doing this with, like, this deck looks really fucking pretty. Because, like, the colors on this deck in particular, too, are usually pretty bright. So, they look really, really cool. Like, they're very, very vibrant. So, even in, like... I feel like even a deck like this would look pretty cool in, like, a blacklight situation. That wasn't a blacklight, it's just the purple. Purple LEDs, so. But yeah, anyway. Oh. Really, why are you being a butt? Let me do that again. Alright, let's see if we can coats. How did I know? That card that is on the top of the deck again decides to shoot out. What happened with what, the second collective earlier? This one's coming up for you a lot lately. Else. That and also like the Two of Swords has also been coming out for you guys a lot too. Alright, so you wanna be, yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, so essentially, in particular, there's a bit of a vibe here, been coming from like the Two of Wands, and it's kind of being a bit emphasized here with the Star. I'll get into that one in a minute. Okay, but there's essentially just kind of like with this Ten of Wands reverse energy, there's definitely just like a sense of like being overwhelmed, okay? And a sense of being overwhelmed and just being like overburdened by like everything that's been going on like lately and like right now, okay? And a sense of hopelessness definitely coming from like that reversed Star card lately, okay? And this is all just kind of weighing like really, really fucking heavily on you, okay? And there's definitely some healing here that does need to be prioritized, okay? Which I know, easier said than done, but it's gonna take time, okay? It's gonna take time. And yeah, I know you're talking about, you know, like trying to find a way to get therapy even though you don't have insurance. Definitely, like, obviously therapy is, you know, going to definitely be helpful in this process, but you can still kind of on your own work to release some of the negativity that you're directing at yourself, okay? Is it going to like fix everything and like be perfect? No. There's a reason why, you know, like we go to therapists for help working through things and processing things, okay? Because they're trained at helping with these things. But Um, right now, what you need to be working through here is kind of releasing those limiting beliefs that you're placing on yourself. Letting go of like the negativity that you're directing at yourself and the dagger that you're pointing at yourself, okay? Put it down. Be nice to yourself. And work on releasing those old stories from the past so that you can look forward to the future and see the path forward. Specifically what is coming from the Two of Wands here, okay? Specifically because of the imagery on the card in this case. Because this is Janus, the Greek god of doorways and transitions. He can look both to the past and to the future, and also so can Hecate. So, you know, maybe incorporate her help into this a little bit, and don't take this on alone. Okay? But anyway. This is where that element of looking back to the past and releasing those old stories and working through healing those things so that you can then look to the future and see the path forward. Okay? And along with that is also making sure that you're learning the lessons from the past as well. So, yeah. That paired with this is what's giving that vibe. So. How fitting. Both of them. They popped out stuck together. New moon in Sagittarius, focus on positive, and full moon in Pisces, forgive. Alrighty. New moon in Sagittarius, focus on the positive. The way is clear. All you have to do is make sure you enjoy the ride. That should be easy enough as long as you stop worrying and start believing in your own good luck. It's true that life goes in cycles, and this card shows that you're moving into a good luck phase. As Abraham Hicks says, think about what you do want, not about what you don't want. Though I will say knowing what you don't want is also equally as helpful. Focus on the positive now. Your manifesting is definitely on track, and the more you can master the art of feeling good, the longer it'll stay that way. Manifesting Focus says this card is an especially good sign for matters related to study, travel/adventure, and the cosmic quest to understand life. Manifesting Mindset. Look back, see how far you've come, and count your blessings. The manifestation affirmation for this says, I'm one lucky so-and-so. But yeah, when you're always focusing on the past and everything that went wrong, it can kind of be hard to see the good that still exists in your life. And when we're stuck in the past and living in the past, you know, we're not really pushing forward into the future in the way that, you know, we want to. Yeah, precisely. So, and I'm glad that you guys were able to get a new car, so. Because, you know, that's one less stressor in your life. And then full moon in Pisces. Forgive. Be careful that you're not coming at your current situation with your mind made up. This card is a reminder that life is an unfolding mystery and you need to go with it. Instead of trying too hard to tick every box for your dreams to come true, fall into the dreams a little. It could well be that what's blocking your current manifestation is that you haven't forgiven yourself or someone else for something that has happened in the past. To boost your manifesting powers, forgive yourself and anyone else who needs forgiveness. Manifesting balance. Strike a balance between all your duties and what you need to do for inner peace. And manifesting mindset. Hanging on to anger is unhelpful and can be toxic. Move on and forgive even if you don't forget. This is your way to a brighter future. Your manifestation affirmation is, I forgive everyone who needs it in my life. It is done. Which, you know. Is unfortunately, you know, like, true. Because we can't change the past and what happened. And holding on to resentment isn't really going to do us any good either. Especially when we can't do anything about it. So. Does it suck? Yes. Does it make it any better? No. It's not about giving them a free pass for what happened. It's about allowing yourself the space to heal so that you can move on. And, you know, make a better life for yourself. But yeah, I hope that message helps. Let me go ahead and issue a last call for Q here. I realized that I forgot to do that earlier. I meant to do that, but then the power flickered and my internet, you know, went down for a bit. I had to wait for it to reconnect. So, yes. Good, I'm glad. So, if there's anyone who wants to join the queue, you may go ahead and do so. I'll be leaving it open for a little bit longer as I just chill. So. Heck yeah. But yeah, I want to just chill here. I'll leave it open for just a few more minutes, so. I just realized what happened with that. Did I not turn it on? Oh, I think I forgot to. Did I remove it? No, it like vanished. I just realized. Oop. It looks like the goal meter on my overlay there decided to break. Yeah, it's there. It's broken. It's visible. It's just, I don't know. It just broke. It probably happened when the power surge happened, or when the power flicker happened, rather. Nice. I've heard about that. I haven't watched it yet, but it sounds interesting. It only sounds fun. I also didn't realize that the third season of Squid Games released either, so I gotta watch that at some point. I think Adam is... yeah. Because he's closing tonight, so... which means he should be off tomorrow? No, they're making him work closing shifts 2 days in a row again, because they're assholes. So... I guess that means... what, Saturday, perhaps? Adam and I could go watch that together, I suppose. But yeah. It's something I've been, like, meaning to do lately, but actually getting my brain to cooperate is a different story. But I've been meaning to actually just sit down and actually just, like, watch random things together. Or just even by myself. But yeah, it's something I haven't done in a while. Alrighty, I suppose I should go close queue here and do the closing message. Yeah. Why aren't you cooperating? There we go. Just had to open it again. The queue did not want to close. Lately, I've been spending most of my time, listening to music and playing The Sims, and the new pack just released earlier today, which allows you to make fairy sims. They're a new supernatural sim type that you can make in The Sims 4. And it also adds an apothecary skill, which is what the potion making skill should have fucking been with the Realm of Magic game pack. It also adds another a natural living skill, and a bunch of other stuff. So I haven't had the opportunity to play with it much yet. For some reason, when I was playing earlier, the world wouldn't load. It was just like a blank screen, but like all the menus and stuff were still working. So I don't know what the fucking problem is there, but yeah. Might be a little broken, unfortunately, which unfortunately tracks for them. But I bought it while I had the money for it, like a couple weeks ago, I think. Along with a few other packs that I didn't have yet. Just because it's been a while since I've actually just kind of bought like Sims packs for myself, and yeah. Like, I hate the model that they have. It's excessively expensive and also stupid because so much of what they add in a lot of these packs is just stuff that is either rehashing a system that already exists in another pack, but in a different way, or just stuff that all should have just been together with like one pack. Like all the vampires, spellcaster, and like werewolf content, like we got together in one single fucking pack for The Sims 3, and now you split them into 3 separate fucking packs. Really, bitch? But yeah, I buy them when I can afford them, but it's still a system that shouldn't exist and that I absolutely fucking hate. Anyway, enough of my rambling. Now it's time for the closing message. So let's see what they want to close us out with here. And after this, I should probably go get myself a little snack. I'll probably make myself some ramen, honestly, because that sounds really fucking good. I can make myself some miso soup, because I still have a bunch of miso paste and tofu. Yeah. Nope, okay. Again. Yes, again. And now we get the Wheel of Fortune upright when in the first collective it was reversed. And there go the lights. I told you. The remote has been sitting here the entire time. And they turned red before they turned off. So, yes, just know that as you're working to create this, like, this stability in your life that you're looking for here, okay? As you're essentially working to create this for yourself, okay? Remember again, not to get like it's important to look to the past to learn from it, okay? But remember to look to the future, okay? Look to the path ahead. Not behind you, to the past, okay? Because unfortunately that can't be changed. What we can do is work to create a better future for ourselves. And learn the lessons that we need to from the past. And those past wounds. Okay? And know that even if things aren't going in your favor right now, that doesn't mean that they can't go better, okay? You're turning the corner into better times ahead, okay? And if you haven't yet, or you haven't seen the signs of that yet, know that they're on the horizon, okay? It may not change all at once, unfortunately, but small steps towards improving your life and creating the future and the life that you want for yourself here, okay? It's still working towards building that and setting the foundation for that, okay? So, brick by brick. Okay. First quarter moon in Libra, keep your heart open. And also, make sure you're keeping yourself open to the possibility that things could go better than you expect them to. Okay? Those things can't change if you're not keeping yourself open. Then you're just closing it out. Are you too attached to someone or perhaps to your current goal? It's a wonderful thing to care deeply. However, if you start to smother the person or situation you love, you could run into trouble. Work with others as you move towards your goals, but don't become so dependent that you give away your power. Keep your heart open. This card can also suggest that it's time to negotiate something, and the way to manifest your goals now could be to come up with a solution that pleases everyone. Manifesting mix. There is a need to be adored here, which is fine. We all have that trait to an extent. But if it tips you into self-doubt, it's gone too far. manifesting mindset. It's important that you don't allow yourself to get set in your ways. Keep your heart and mind open. Believe in your gorgeousness. And oh, there isn't an affirmation for this one. Well, okay then. Hi. But remember to keep yourself open. Specifically, keep yourself open to the possibility that things can go better than you expect. Okay? Like, it's important to just remember that there is still progress happening, even if we can't see it yet. But trust that those foundations are being laid brick by brick, step by step. Okay? And it's those steps, those changes that will eventually build up to you having that, you know, stable life that you want for yourself. Okay? But yes. So, I hope that message helps. For whoever needs to hear it. But, it's time for me to call it here and probably go get a snack. Though I don't know what I want. I'll probably make ramen, honestly. I could always add a bit of miso paste to the ramen to boost the flavor. Or I could add gochujang and make it, spicy. Oh, that does sound good, Kels. But yeah. I don't know, I think I could make a nice savory ramen with broth, but I also have some buldak. The spicy, really spicy ramen that's literally just like gochujang paste. That you mix into some noodles. I love that one. It's just pure spice and it's so good. I don't know what I want, but I'm hungry. But anyway. I'm gonna go ahead and call it here so I can go get some food for myself instead of just thinking about what I want to eat. So, I'll, yeah. Thank you all for stopping by. Whether you joined the queue, talked in chat, or just lurked, I appreciate you sharing your time with me. I hope to see you all again soon, but bye for now. Tried to turn up the volume and I accidentally paused it instead. Good job, me. But anyway.